What's up guys, my name is Shilly, this is the Curated Curvy, and really quickly I just wanted to jump on and invite you all to come join me and Kris over on Unsocial on Saturday as we're going live. We're gonna be doing a Great British Sewing Bee, but like a Great Black British Sewing Bee with a spin, or not with a spin, but same format. So basically we are going to be attempting to sew the Blair Skirt by True Bias in 3.5 hours. Forgive all the background noise. We are like winding down the house, so it is quite chaotic right now. But we are going to be attempting to sew that pattern in 3.5 hours. I don't think she has ever gone live. I've never gone live, so this is going to be quite an interesting situation. I'm very nervous, but very excited at the same time. Wanted to jump on, invite you all to join, and just talk really quickly through the pattern, the fabric, where I'm at in terms of like preparation, I guess. So we are going to, as I aforementioned, sew the Blair Skirt by True Bias, and this skirt calls for like a heavier or medium weight fabric, so like your denims, your heavier weight linens, wools, things of that nature. Immediately when we settled on the pattern, I knew that I would be going for a denim fabric because I have a cute little stash of denims that I could easily pull from, and I just love a denim skirt. I have 2 in my closet right now that I enjoy very much, and I wouldn't mind a third. So I knew that was going to be the route that I was going in. Initially, I was planning on using this vintage denim that I picked up at an estate sale quite some time ago at this point, and I've actually already sewn a dress in this. I will pop a picture up for you. It is one of my favorite dresses today. I just love the way the denim wears. I love the way it washes. It's so light, but it's structured. It's something that I can wear in the summer, even though it's denim, and our summers get pretty hot. So I feel like that just speaks to the quality of the fabric. I have a hefty amount of it left. So this is what I was thinking initially. However, today I was in Joann's looking for fabric for another project, and I saw this denim, and it is this white denim, definitely a little bit heavier than the one that I was going with originally, with this gorgeous, like with these embroidered flowers all through it, kind of like this tan sand color, and I just fell in love. I knew that it would make the cutest little mini skirt, and so I went ahead and I purchased it. I have this. I am going to, so now because I only have 2 yards of this, I'm going to use view A of the pattern. I have this white cotton that I pulled from my stash. This was a bed sheet at some point. This is usually what I use to like mock up patterns, but it is 100% cotton. So I'm gonna use this for the lining. The problem now is the buttons, because the pattern calls for 3/4 inch buttons, and I had purchased 3/4 inch buttons for the darker denim, but I don't think, where are the buttons? I don't think the buttons will complement this fabric. I just feel like they stand out way too much. So I pulled from my stash these buttons, which are not 3/4, but I feel like I could make them work. I may make like a quick trip to Joann's tomorrow to see if they have any buttons that I feel like speak to me better. I really don't like paying for buttons at Joann's because I feel like they're quite expensive, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So I have the fabric, I have the lining. I went and I bought this top stitching thread in like this sand color because I feel like, I don't know if it focused or not, but I got, where we at? There we go. This top stitching thread in this color. I feel like the color of, the thread complements well with like the flowers that are embroidered on the pattern. So I got 2 spools of that. I already have white thread in my stash for the bobbin, because if I do top stitching on my machine, then I can only use the top stitching thread on the top. I have to still use regular thread on the bottom, or else my machine will jam. We know this. So I got the top stitching thread. I have the fabric. I have the pattern. The last thing that I need, like I said, is to kind of figure out like what buttons I want to use, and I want to have everything prepped and ready to go before Saturday. So that's where I'm at with the fabric. As far as the pattern, it doesn't look like it's going to be pretty complicated or anything that would be like incredibly challenging for me. I'm on the fence about the belt loops, because if I sew the belt loops, then I would like to sew the coordinating belt. I don't have a belt buckle to sew the coordinating belt. If I don't sew the coordinating belt, I don't want the belt loops because I'm not going to wear this with a belt typically. So I'm on the fence about that, but I definitely want to include the pockets. I feel like that's probably going to be the more challenging aspect of this project for me, just because pocket placement can be like so specific, and I want to make sure that I get it right. Which brings me to my question of the day. Is it cheating if I sew a mock-up? Because here's the thing, hear me out. I am very invested in this project at this point, and I want to make sure that the skirt fits me correctly. Now, I've only ever sewed the Marlowe sweater from True Bias. I didn't get it. Everybody was crazy over that sweater. It was everywhere. Everyone loved it. I've seen versions of it that I think are just phenomenal, but I didn't like it on me. Like, I wasn't a fan. I sewed it, I never wore it, I moved on, never revisited the pattern. So I kind of want to make sure that this fits before I, like, you know, cut into the good stuff. It's one of the, a mini skirt is like, once you're in it, you're in it. Now I have in my mind a workaround, because usually the problem with like mini skirts and me is like my butt is larger than whoever fit tests this pattern, and so it will ride up in the back and fall over in the front. So I'll have like, this will be my hemline in the back and this will be my hemline in the front. Not a fan of that. I have an idea in mind of what I can do if that happens, like, so like a cute little flounce onto the skirt, because that's very much a thing that is in today. But I don't know if I have enough fabric to do that. There's no more of this fabric at my local Joann's, and the pattern calls for about 1.6 yards of fabric, so I'm gonna use up the bulk of that in cutting out the fabric. So would it be cheating if I sewed a mock-up? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I feel like that's pretty much it. I just wanted to pop on really quickly, let you all know that Saturday we're going live. Again, we're going live over on Kris's channel on social. I will have it linked in the description box below. I also have it up as a community post, so you can find it there, you can find it here. You can go ahead and subscribe to her so that you don't miss it on Saturday, and I hope to see you all there. You can come join us, have a project cut out ready to sew too. You can sew alongside us. I don't know what it's going to be like. I want to interact with you all, but we have 3.5 hours, so it's going to be kind of interesting. But I am very excited. I'm so excited she asked me to do this with her. I think it's going to be a really cool experience for the both of us, and hopefully you too. So hopefully I'll see you there. Until next time, stay beautiful, make the great things. Join us on Saturday. Goodbye.